I have been thinking a lot about this idea of magnetic north recently. The globe, the earth that we live on, rotates around this finite point that is true north, which is the true reality of north with the big N. But most of us, well, you can't find it, right? I mean, it's this abstract point that doesn't broadcast its coordinates to the rest of the world. Instead, there's two ways that we can sort of find it. One is by looking to a star that just happens to align with that point on the planet's rotation of true north. But you can only find that star at night. The other way that we do it is we can look at a compass. And a compass, well, it doesn't point north, really, not true north. It points to this other point, this magnetic north, which is always moving with the currents of the molten iron core of the planet. But it's good enough to get around. It's good enough to use magnetic north to find where you need to go if you happen to be a navigator. And this idea of magnetic north as being good enough, I feel like it's a pretty strong and important way to think about looking for truth in the world at all. I mean, none of us really know what the truth is, no matter how hard we try. How many of us really get to the capital T truth? There's two T's, capital T, the, and capital T, truth. We don't find it, right? There's no way to really know if we're always right. And I feel like that's a good metaphor for the sort of journalism that I do. I try hard to point to true north, but I'm really navigating by that magnetic molten core. And sometimes I get things right, and sometimes I get things wrong. But I think more often than not, I'm pretty good. I'm good enough. And so this is all a really long-winded way of saying that I ain't perfect, but I am trying to get truth out into the world to the best of my ability. And I just started this Substack called Magnetic North to underline this concept. And I would love you to subscribe to my pretty good newsletter where I will tell you what I think about what's going on in the world. I will analyze history. I will analyze religious movements. I will look at scientific discoveries, and I'll get, well, a lot of it right. And I'll get some of it wrong. And then when I do get something wrong, I'll try to correct the record because I have the humility to know that I'm only pointing at magnetic north most of the time. So this video is my introduction to what I want to present in the future. I will be posting Substack updates, and I would love you to just subscribe and be part of the journey. For now, most of everything that's good is going to be in the free section because I haven't quite figured out how payments should work on this site. But if you do want to support my journey, everything you are able to contribute really helps me continue to support and produce journalism. I haven't figured out some really smart business model that works all the time, but we're all in it together. And thank you for being here. And don't forget to subscribe. There's links and buttons and all the things that are there down below. So I appreciate you, and let's go on this journey together.